Hello Yogis, welcome back to the mat. Today's practice will be focusing on building strength and flexibility around our hips and in our obliques, and building up of our core strength and opening up of our shoulders. It's a great practice to incorporate at least once or twice a week to keep the mobility in our hip flexors and to have that range of motion. And it's also great for people who spend a lot of time sitting at their desks or driving, and who spend a lot of time on their devices. It improves your posture and just makes everyday life that much easier. You will need a block and a yoga strap if you have it. It's not an absolute necessary, but if you have it, it will be nice for the practice. And as always, please do listen to your body and how you are feeling during the practice, and tailor the practice around your own needs, and don't sweat too much about looking a particular way in any asana. That's not the intention of a yoga practice. If something feels off in your body, then use a prop or swap the asana with something else that suits you today. And as always, please do like the video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to my channel. Your support is extremely appreciated, and comment below and let me know your thoughts. And whenever you're ready, let's beat on the mat. Thank you. We'll begin our practice today with some shoulder flossing. Grab your yoga strap and hold it at both ends, and make sure that your grip is tight and the strap remains taut. It should not have any slack. You can adjust your grip depending on how tight your shoulder is. Bring it to the front of your legs and hold it tight at both ends. Engage your core, tuck your tailbone, inhale here, exhale, bring it all the way up and above your head and to the back of your legs. Inhale here, exhale, up and over your head to the front of your leg, and every exhale move it up and over your head and come to either the front or back of your leg, just to open up your shoulders and improve your posture. If you are someone who is hunching at your upper back, or if you spend a lot of time looking at your computers or driving or spending a lot of time on your phones, this is a great thing to do. Improving the blood circulation in your shoulder, in your neck, and it also improves your posture. Once you are done, bring the strap to one side and we'll come into a reclined butterfly, but we'll come on our belly and come all the way down onto the mat. You can rest your forehead on the tops of your palm. The soles of your feet are together. Tuck your lower ab and work towards bringing your pelvic floor down towards the mat. Your shoulder blades are moving away from your ears and the back of your neck is long. And breathe. Every exhale, try to bring your pelvic floor more closer to the mat. 2 more breaths. Release your legs, bring your ankles in line with your knees, and your knees are in line with your hips, coming into a frog stretch. You are on your forearms and shift your hips back and feel the stretch in your inner thighs and your outer hips. Bring your forehead to rest on the backs of your palm. Flex both your feet to protect your knee. If the surface where you're practicing is too hard, you can bring a towel or something under your knees to protect them. Be mindful about position of your shoulders and to move it away from your ears, and breathe. 2 more breaths. Come all the way up. Bring the soles of your feet down onto the mat and open your hips, open your knees, coming into a malasana. You can either stay here with your palms at the chest, or you can interlace your fingers and extend your hands alongside your ears. This is a much stronger variation. Don't collapse your knees inwards. Engage your core and squeeze your glutes. Release from your malasana and come on to all fours. Make sure that your palms are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips. Untuck your toes, extend your right leg and lift it hip height. One breath, and here make sure that your hips are facing the mat. Engage your core. Bend your knee and bring your right knee to touch your right elbow. Extend your leg, bring the toes on the outside of your left hip. Inhale, bring your knee to your elbow, extend your leg, bring your toes on the outside of your left hip. 3 more. Crunch on your right side, extend your leg, bring your toes on the outside of your left hip. 2 more. Point your toes while you are bringing it on the outside of your left hip to feel a nice stretch in your right obliques. Come back to neutral and place your right foot on the outside of your right palm. Sink your hips down, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee off the mat, coming into your lizard. You can either stay on your palms or bring your forearms down on the mat to deepen your lizard lunge. 1 breath. If you are on your forearms, come back on your palms. Bring your back heel down onto the mat. Extend your back toes to face the sky. Pull up on your kneecap. Transition into Skandasana. You can either stay here, or if you are ready for a bind, take a bind in your Skandasana. If it's too early in the practice, you can just stay with the palms at your chest. Come back into your lizard lunge. Sink your left hip down onto the mat, coming onto the knife-edge side of your left foot, and right hand extends towards the back edge of the mat. Feeling a nice stretch in your left obliques. Come back into your lizard lunge. Either stay on your palms or come down onto your forearms. 1 breath in your lizard lunge. Come up onto your palms. Transition into your Skandasana. Either palms at your chest, or you can take a bind in your Skandasana to deepen your hip opening. Pull up on the kneecap of your extended leg. Back to your lizard lunge. Come on the knife-edge side of both your feet and sink your left hip down onto the mat, taking an oblique stretch. Come back into your lizard lunge and hold your lizard lunge for a breath. You can deepen your lizard lunge by bringing a block underneath your right foot. You can either stay here or you can come down onto your forearms here. If your right knee tracks outwards, make sure that your toes follow. Back leg is strong and active. 1 breath. Come back up into your lizard lunge. Pull up, remove the block from underneath your right foot if you are using your block. Kickstand your left leg. Bring your left shin parallel to the short edge of the mat. Extend your right leg. The weight is on the knife-edge side of your right foot. And open up into your supported side angle. Stack your hips. 1 breath. And come up into your gate pose. Extending your obliques on the left side. Back to your supported side angle. Lift your right leg and crunch with your next exhale. Extend. Bring your right elbow and right knee to touch and extend. 3 more. crunch and extend, 2, last one. Bring your right foot back to the front of the mat, sink your hips all the way down, arms come alongside your ears, coming into a low lunge, and open your chest up towards the sky, squeeze your inner thighs and grow tall in your torso. Shift your weight back, extend your right leg, flex your right foot, fold and hinge from your hips, coming into your half splits. Feeling a nice stretch in your right hamstrings. Come back into your, bring your palms down onto the mat. Right knee comes back down onto the mat, coming back into your all fours. We'll take 2 rounds of cat and cow here. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your tailbone round your back. Push the mat away with your palms. Drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your tailbone round your back. Shoulder blades are moving away from each other. Come back to neutral spine. Lift your left leg up, point your toes, square your hips to the mat. Exhale, bring your left knee to touch your left elbow. Extend your leg back, left toes come on the outside of your right hip. Back to your crunch, extend your leg, left toe tap on the outside of your right hip. 3 more, crunch, extend your leg, toes tap on the outside of your right hip. 2 more. Last one. Bring your left knee on the outside of your left palm, extend your back leg, tuck your toes and lift your right knee off the mat, coming into your lizard lunge. You can either stay on your palms or come down on your forearms. 1 breath. Back on your palms. Bring your right heel down onto the mat. Right foot flexes and toes face the sky. Adjust your stance. Pull up on your kneecap on your extended leg, coming into Skandasana. And if you are ready for a bind, you can bind your Skandasana here. Back to your lizard lunge. Come on the knife edge side of both your feet and sink your right hip down. Extend your left palm towards the back edge of the mat. Back to your lizard lunge. Onto your forearms. Back on your palms. Transition into your Skandasana. Take a bind, optional. Come back into your lizard lunge. Shift your weight on the knife edge side of both your feet. Sink your right hip down onto the mat. Take an oblique stretch. Come back into your lizard lunge, and this time if you want to deepen your lizard lunge, bring a block underneath your left foot and come down onto your forearms. If your left knee tracks outwards, make sure that your toes are tracking with it. Back of your neck is long. Come back up. Remove the block from underneath your foot. Kickstand your right leg. Right shin comes parallel to the short edge of the mat. Extend your left leg. The weight is on the knife edge side of your left foot. Stack your hips and extend your left arm alongside your ears. 1 breath. Come all the way up into your gate pose. Extend your right arm alongside your ears. Back to your supported side angle. Lift your left leg up, flex your left foot. Exhale, bring your left elbow and left knee to touch. Extend your left leg. 4 more. Every exhale, crunch, extend, crunch. 2 more. Crunch, extend, and bring your left foot back down onto the mat. Sink your hips down and extend your arms alongside your ears, coming into your low lunge. Open your chest up towards the sky. Hold for a breath. Shift your hips back, extend your left leg, Flex your left foot, hinge from your hips, coming into a half splits. Take a breath. Bring your palms back down onto the mat. Come back into your all fours. Bring your right forearm down on the mat, left forearm down on the mat. Extend both your legs, tuck your toes, coming into your forearm plank. Hold here for a breath. Next exhale, sink your right hip down on the mat, back to center. Left hip down on the mat, back to center. 3 more. One last one. Hold your forearm plank. Lift your hips. Walk your feet closer to your hands, coming into your dolphin. Push the mat away from you with your forearms. The back of your neck is long. Lift your right leg off the mat, 3-legged dolphin. Work towards bringing your left heel down onto the mat. Switch sides. Walk back into your forearm plank and come all the way down onto the mat, coming into your swings. Hold your swings for a breath. Your legs are active in your swings pose. Bring your palms to the outer edges or outer corners of your mat. Push your palms down onto the mat and lift your elbows up, coming into a baby seal. Deepening your back bend. Come all the way down onto the mat. Bend your legs, grab hold of your ankles and kick your legs into your hand. Lift your chest, lift your thighs off the mat, coming into your bow pose. Come all the way down. Bring your forearms back down onto the mat. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips, coming back into your dolphin. Bend your knees. Shift your weight onto your palms. Shoot into your full plank. Flow through your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Come all the way back. Downward facing dog. One breath here in your downward dog. Lift your right leg up, coming into 3-legged dog. Bring your right knee into your chest. Place your right foot in between your palms. Come up into your crescent lunge. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Squeeze your inner thighs. Bring your palms to your chest. Shift your weight onto your right leg, bringing your left knee into your chest. One-legged Tadasana. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh and sink your hips down, coming into a figure 4. One breath. Come all the way up. Sweep your left leg back. Warrior 3. Bring your left foot back down onto the mat. Arms come alongside your ears. Crescent lunge. Left arm forward, right arm back. Take a twist. Deepen your twist by bringing your right palm on the outside of your left thigh. Open your chest towards the longest side of the mat. Bring your palms back to your chest. Back to one-legged Tadasana. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Flex your left foot. Sink your hips down. Whoa. Sink your hips down. Figure 4. Come all the way back into your Tadasana. Extend your left leg. Hinge from your hips. Warrior 3. Back to your crescent lunge. Open up. Warrior 2. Make sure that your alignment is correct. Bring your arms alongside your ears. Engage your lower abs. Squeeze your glutes and tilt towards your right feet. One breath, tilt towards your left feet. Next exhale, tilt towards your right, keeping your arms extended alongside your ears. Tilt towards your left, keeping your right hand extended over your ear. Bring your left hand to rest on your left thigh, or you can bring it behind your back towards your right thigh. Reversing your warrior. Bring your right arm on the inside of your right foot. Left hand comes alongside your ears, coming into your side angle. You can either stay here or bring your left arm alongside your ears. Take a breath. If you do have a bind in your practice, bring your right shoulder on the inside of your right thigh and bind your side angle. You can use a strap here if you cannot bring both your hands to reach each other behind your back. You can either transition into a bound triangle from here or release your hands and transition into a regular triangle. Whichever variation, we all meet in a triangle pose. Take a breath, reverse your triangle. Right hand comes alongside your ears, left hand rests on your thigh. Square your hips to the front of the mat, come into your crescent lunge. Bring your palms onto your hips. Pop your back foot slightly in. Adjust your stance, make sure that both your feet are on parallel tracks. Engage your core, lift up on your kneecaps, hinge from your hips and fold into your pyramid. Bring your left palm down onto the mat and open your chest towards the longest side of the mat, extending your right hand towards the sky, twisting your pyramid. Take a breath, squeezing your inner thighs the whole time. Look towards your mat, shift your weight slightly forward and slowly lift your back foot off the mat, transitioning into a twisted half moon. Release your back foot down onto the mat, come back into your crescent lunge, palm the mat, step back into your plank pose. Flow through your chaturanga, upward facing dog, come all the way back, downward facing dog. Bring your left leg up, three-legged dog. Left knee to your chest, place your left foot in between your palms, come back into your crescent lunge. Take a breath here. Bring your palms to your chest, shift your weight onto your left leg, right knee comes into your chest, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, sink your hips, figure 4. Come back into your one-legged Tadasana, sweep your right leg back, hinge from your hips, warrior 3. Arms come alongside your ears, back to your crescent. Extend your right arm forward, left hand back, taking a twist in your crescent. Deepen your twist by bringing your left palm on the outside of your right thigh. Take a breath. Back to your crescent, palms come to your chest. Shift your weight forward, coming into a one-legged Tadasana. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Sink your hips down, figure 4. Flex your left foot. Come back up, sweep your right leg all the way back, hinge from your hips, coming into warrior 3. Come back into your crescent lunge, open up warrior 2. Adjust your stance, bring your arms alongside your ears, tilt towards the right side, come back to the center, tilt towards your left foot. 2 more of these. The whole time make sure that your arms are alongside your ears and you are sinking your hips down. 1 more set. Keep your left arm extended over your ears. Bring your right hand either behind your back towards your left thigh or to rest on your right thigh. Reversing your triangle. Left arm comes on the inside of your left foot, extended side angle. Right arm can stay facing the sky or alongside your ears. If you do have a bind in your practice, bring your left shoulder on the inside of your left thigh and take a bind. Transition into a bound triangle or a regular triangle by releasing your bind. Come transition back into your reverse triangle. Bring your hips to face the front of the mat, coming back into your crescent lunge. Bring your palms onto your hips. Pop your back foot slightly in. Extend both your legs. Pull up on your kneecaps. Hinge from your hips. Fold into your pyramid. Bring your right palm down onto the mat. Extend your left. Take a twist in your pyramid. Squeeze your inner thighs. Bring your gaze down onto the mat. Slightly shift your weight forward and lift your back foot off the mat. Twisted half moon. Bring your back foot down on the mat. Crescent lunge. Palm the mat. Step back into your plank. Flow through your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Coming all the way back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. Lift your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Bring your right knee into your chest. Right foot comes in between your palms. Extend both your hands alongside your ears. Sink your hips down. Squeeze your inner thighs. Crescent lunge. Hinge from your hips. Bring your palms to face the floor and arms alongside your body. Arrow lunge. 1 breath. Shift your weight onto your right leg. Lift your right back foot off the mat, coming into your warrior 3 variation. If you have a block, bring your block a few inches in front of your standing leg. Stack your hips and open up into your half moon. Flex your left foot. Bend your left leg. Grab hold on the inside of your left foot and kick into your palm, transitioning into a sugar cane. Keeping your sugar cane, play with this. Slowly start squaring your hips down onto the mat and your chest down onto the mat, transitioning into a dancers. Slowly come all the way back up. Bring your left knee into your chest, coming into a one-legged Tadasana. Extend your arms out into a T. Wrap your left leg around your right, either once or twice. Sink your hips down. Bring your right hand underneath your left. Bind it once or twice, coming into your eagle. Squeeze your inner thighs for more balance. Release your eagle. Step back into your crescent lunge. Bring your left palm down onto the mat. Extend your right hand towards the sky, coming into an easy twist. One breath. Don't sink into your shoulders here. Bring your left leg onto the outside of the mat. Bring both your sit bones down on the mat, and your right foot is on the outside of your left thigh. You're facing the longest side of the mat here. Make sure both your sit bones are down on the mat. Wrap your left hand around your right knee and take a seated twist. Move your shoulders away from your ears. Lengthen your back. Lengthen the back of your neck. Take a deep breath. Bring both your palms back down onto the mat. Move your block slightly away from the mat. Bend your extended leg. Step back into your low lunge. Bring your right shin down on the mat. Flex your right foot to protect your right knee. Transition into your pigeon. Work towards bringing your left hips down on the mat. Grow tall in your torso. Either stay here or walk your hands forward. Bring your forehead to rest on the backs of your palms. Take a deeper stretch in your pigeon pose. Be mindful and keep flexing your right foot. Shoulders are moving away from your ears and the back of your neck is long. One more breath. Slowly come all the way back up. And you either stay here in your pigeon or bend your back leg. Bring your left foot into your elbow crease of the left hand. Extend your right hand alongside your ears and bind your palms. Try to square your chest and your hips towards the front of the mat and work towards bringing your sit bones down. Release and sweep your left leg around. Stack both your shins. Both your sit bones are down on the mat, coming into a fire log. Extending your back. Either stay here or slowly walk your hands forward and hinge from your hips for a deeper stretch in your hips. Slowly come back up. Step back into your plank pose and flow through your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Come all the way back. Downward facing dog. Left leg up, three-legged dog. Left knee to your chest. Bring your left foot between your palms. Come up into your crescent lunge. Sink your hips down. Bring your hands alongside your torso. Transition into an arrow lunge. Slowly shift your weight onto your left leg. Bring your right foot off the mat. Warrior 3. Bring your block or your palms a few inches in front of your standing leg. Stack your hips. Open up into half moon. Flex your right foot. Either stay here in half moon or bend your top leg. Transition into a sugar cane. You can play with this transition from your sugar cane. Square your hips and your chest towards the mat. Slowly transition into your dancers. One breath. Come back into your one-legged Tadasana. Extend your hands out into a T. Wrap your right leg around your left, either once or twice. Left hand comes underneath your right. Oh, I'm losing my balance. Coming into your eagle pose. Release your eagle. Step back into your crescent lunge. Right hand comes down onto the mat. Take an easy twist. Bring your right leg behind your left foot. Bring both your sit bones down onto the mat. Left foot is on the outside of your right thigh. Lengthen your spine. Wrap your right hand around your left knee. Open your chest towards the back edge of the mat. Take a twist. Bring both your palms down onto the mat. Move your block. Step back into your low lunge. Left shin comes down onto the mat. Keep your left foot flexed. Work towards bringing your right hip down onto the mat. Lengthen your torso. Pigeon pose. Stay here, or you can bring your hands down onto the mat, deepening your pigeon. Keep working towards bringing your right hip down onto the mat. Come all the way back up. Bend your back knee. Try to work your back foot into your right elbow crease. Extend your left hand alongside your ears and bind your palms. Work towards squaring your chest to the front of the mat. Release. Bring your back shin to stack on your left. Flex both your feet. Bring both your sit bones down onto the mat. Fire log. Either stay here or walk your hands forward. Hinge from your hips. Deepen your hip stretch. Come all the way back up. Bring the soles of your feet together. Coming into a butterfly. Make sure that your sit bones are still down onto the mat. Lengthen your spine. Hinge from your hips, fold forward. Back of your neck is long. Come all the way back up. Bring both your feet down onto the mat and we'll come all the way down. We'll end our practice with a backbend, my favorite part. You can take whichever variation suits you today. You can either take a happy baby, or you can come up into a bridge, or if you do have a full wheel in your practice, you can take that. Make sure that the weight is on your heels and the heels are in line with your knees. Engage your core. Lift your hips off the mat, coming into a bridge. Either stay here or bring your palms on the outside of your ears. Push all the way up, coming into your full wheel. Slowly release back down onto the mat. hug your knees into your chest, rock from side to side, releasing your lower back. Support your lower back with your palms, shift your hips on over your shoulders. Extend both your legs, point your toes, coming into a shoulder stand. Make sure that your back of your neck is long and you're not bearing weight on your neck. The weight is on your upper arms. Engage your core. Bend both your knees. Bring your knees to your forehead. Extend your legs. Bring your feet onto the ground behind your head, coming into a plow. Work towards bringing your knees away from your face. Slowly release back onto the mat. Windshield wipe your legs, releasing your lower back. And we'll end our practice here today, staying in Shavasana. Please don't skip this part. Take at least 30 seconds or 1 minute of Shavasana just to consolidate your practice. You can either stay with your eyes closed or eyes open. Come back to your normal breath. And whenever you are ready, turn to one side and slowly come back up. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for choosing to practice with me. I hope you enjoyed the vinyasa. I'll see you on the mat next week. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.